Extra time.
Hello, Bajuba. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad at all. Apart from the lockdown, everything else is good. I'm actually in your in your den right now. This happens to be your den.
Which one is my den?
The Anbu den, CSK's den.
Okay, you're there. This is
Yes, I
your
am
den
here.
too.
Sorry, yes, I am born and brought up here, Bajuba. What do you expect?
Of course, this is your den too.
Sure. We just
How are you
exchanged
keeping?
houses. Sorry.
How are you keeping? All well?
All well, Bajuba. Just managing the kids inside the house is a big task. Staying with parents and
Yeah.
it is getting hard. How's the situation in? Are you in Chandigarh or are you in
No,
Mumbai?
I'm in Mumbai
Okay,
and
okay.
I become a cook.
So
Even today,
you're on live as you're cooking today. Oh my God.
I always
Amazing.
cook in the evening.
Okay, that's amazing. You're
This
just
is
sharing the
what I do.
workload.
The evening I like cooking. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just becoming difficult to uh, do anything at that point of time. 6, 7 o'clock, you feel little bored and you feel days are getting longer. You start doing something, then the days goes quick.
In fact, there is. Oh, my wife is saying it looks delicious. What is it, by the way?
There is, I don't know what sabji is this, but I've added some aloo to it
Okay.
just to. So it's called arbi. Other day also when Rohit called,
Yeah.
me and Rohit when we were talking, I was in the kitchen and I think I was cooking the same dish. And today also it's the same case. I'm cooking the same dish.
I think we are all used to it, Bajuba. Looking for too much variety in these days is not going to help. We'll have to
No, I
manage
don't think so.
what's the.
Yeah, whatever you get, you have to just say it's good.
Okay.
So
Bajuba,
kids are good.
yeah, kids are good. Kids are good. Actually, thankfully, their energies are well spent. I take them to the terrace and make them run so that they sleep
Uh,
early in the evening.
that's good. You should also run there.
Yeah, I can't run in the terrace. It's too short. I'm running on the treadmill.
Okay. At least you have a treadmill at home. I don't
Yeah,
have
I'm
anything
trying.
at home, but we do quite a bit yoga and a lot of the exercise without dumbbells, a lot of squats and all those sort of things. Make sure we are tired enough to get a nice sleep.
Yeah, that is a bit of a challenge, sure.
Yeah.
Bajuba, now I'll just explain a little bit about the show before we go on. So I'm
Tell me,
basically
brother.
doing this where I'm going back in time and talking about matches from the past. I did explain to you.
Hmm.
So the moment I speak about Harbhajan Singh, the first thing that comes into my head is the 2001 Australia series, and we will be
Okay.
talking about it. So what we can
Okay.
do is first is what you remember, and then I'll tell you what I remember.
All right. What I remember about that series is obviously one of those series which I'll never be able to forget in my life. It was do or die kind of a situation for me personally because I was out of the team and few things happened in my life. I lost my dad. Looking good for me, and even Punjab Cricket Association they didn't wanted to play me in Ranji Trophy, but luckily I had the backing of a couple of senior players and, taking a lot of wicket and why he is not there in the reckoning and then John Wright was looking for a spinner. Saurav was looking for a spinner. Anil Bhai was injured, and they called all the
Bajuba, you're
spinners.
breaking up. I think it's the internet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
hear me?
Am I audible to you? Yeah,
Yes.
your voice is breaking.
Okay, let me just go out and I'll see whether it gets better. Any better?
Okay, okay, sure, sure, sure.
Any better?
Yeah, slightly better. Yeah, much better. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that series I was talking, John Wright and Saurav, they wanted someone who could bowl a lot of overs, and since Anil Bhai was injured, and then they called a lot of the spinners, who were playing Ranji Trophy and doing well in Ranji Trophy, and I was one of them. And we had a camp in Chennai, and they made us bowl on a single wicket where I was hitting. I mean, 90% of my balls on one spot. So that's where they thought this guy is good enough to be in the series, and they will go for me. And they picked me. And the first game was in Mumbai, and of course I remember, it was a kind of a situation for me. If I don't do well, then that was my last chance in international cricket. And thankfully, in that game, I took 4 wickets in Mumbai, and I'll talk to you about that game. We lost in like 3.5 days. Gilchrist smashed us. Matthew Hayden, are another uh, legend from Chennai Super King. He smashed us, and we lost that game. Uh, but luckily I took 4 wickets in that game so that I could be in the team for the next match. But the other spinner who played with me was Rahul Sangvi.
Yeah.
He was dropped after the
It was
first.
his debut, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he only wished for one test match to play, and that's exactly what he got. A lot of people say that I wanted to play one test match, and and that's what they get. If you wish for more, you get more. So I always tell everyone, whoever, whatever you're dreaming, dream big, so that you should not regret later on. I'm sure Rahul must be regretting. He could have wished 50 test matches, because first, what we believe, that or most of the things come right.
So, I mean, basically, let me understand this better. It was your mindset of thinking this was going to be a last test, but did you also think that you wanted to be the best? Because see, what was happening was, from whatever I remember, the entire series, Anil Bhai was the leader of the attack, and he had a shoulder injury, and the entire bowling attack was around you ever since you started. Because I remember one test in 1998 where you made your debut, right?
Yeah, I played my first test in 1998. That was in Bangalore. Anil Bhai was obviously the leading spinner for India for many years, and was winning a lot of games for India. And since Anil Kumble was not there, then they were asking someone else to take that spot, which was very difficult. For someone like me, I only played about 7, 8 games before that series, and I remember, it was just a fight with myself to be in the team. Not thinking about anything else. To be honest, I was not thinking whether I have to do this or that to win games. To be honest, when you know that the situation is that you could be out of the team, and then you'll probably never come back into the side. You want to be there and do the best you can to be in the team for the next game. So those days, team used to get picked for one test match. If you do well, you get picked for the next one. Then if you do well, then you get picked for the next one. So that exactly was the case. And first game we lost, and luckily, as I said, I picked 4 wickets so that I could be in the team. And second game, that's where it started all. We were down in the series, and that was mighty Australian team, looking to smash us once more in Eden Garden. That game was one of those games which not just me but whole India will remember for many years to come. So if you have anything to ask about that, you can ask me, but you'll
I
probably
have
know
you.
more about that game than me, because my memory is not as good as yours.
No, but see, I mean, it is from my side, no. I was हम तो स्कूल में पढ़ रहे थे तब, so हम लोग
Hmm.
को कि स्कूल से मैच का स्कोर फॉलो करना पड़ा. So I was basically like we had followed on in the first innings,
Yeah.
and now having played the game, then I had no idea that I will go on to play, and as I forget about as an off spinner, I was more of a batsman. So I was
Hmm.
thinking, first test we didn't win it, obviously, but the second test when Australia were maybe 280 for 8 or something like that, 240 for 8, and then they made 400. So was it like there was a feeling that we might not be able to come out of this inside the dressing room?
See, it was like, as you said, they were at 240 for 3, and then from there, I took a hat trick. Then we got back into the game, and then, of course, that was my first 5 wicket haul in Test cricket
Vajupa,
in
hat trick was in the second innings or the first innings?
first inning. So this happened in the first inning. I took a
Okay.
hat trick and took my first 5 wicket haul. you know and in the evening we thought, okay, we have a game in our hand. They are 280 for 8, and suddenly we didn't know that Gilchrist no, sorry,
Gillespie.
Gillespie can yeah, so we didn't know whether Gillespie can hang in there with Steve Waugh. So they batted well. They took the score to 400, which was like, that's a bit too much, too many runs. And then we were like bit sad about, we let the situation go from our hand. We were right there controlling the game, but then suddenly the game disappeared from from our hand once again. So, but coming to the batting again, it was one of those moment or one of those innings where everyone was not looking to get settled and they all got out, and we were very, very behind in the game, very behind in the game, and we all thought this could be another 3.5, 4 day test match, and Australia is dominating. And but that partnership with Rahul Dravid and VVS Laxman, that's probably the best batting partnership I have ever seen. For 2.5 days, 2 days, I think they batted, and as I said, I don't remember much. Maybe 1.5 day or 2 days they batted, and they didn't look like getting out, and it was incredible. And we all sat wherever we were sitting and made sure that we thought they're batting well because we are sitting in our positions. So we all feel that in cricket, right?
No, in fact, very, very funny that, because usually when there is a test match going on, India test match, something like that, I will take, because the test match will start on Thursday and it will go into the weekend. So I will usually try and bunk on Friday and stay back. Okay, but this test match, I think it might have fallen on weekdays. And because I went to school and Lakshman and Rahul didn't get out, I went to school again the next day so that they'll keep batting. And and surprisingly,
That's
whenever we
good.
went into, yeah, I mean, very, very weird things, no? I mean, we tend to do that here. I'm sure everyone is
We
superstitious.
all do that. We all, people who are actually a fan of Indian cricket, they would do anything to make sure the team is playing well and team is winning all the sessions, team is winning the game. So that's what you did. Because of you went to school. So I think Rahul and Lakshan played
Imagine,
that.
imagine how many people must have bunked school and stayed at home. But
Yeah.
you know what, Mujibur, what I remember very clearly is that in that hat trick, I mean, talking about time days, when Shane Warne hit it and Ramesh caught it, what was running through your head? There were no angles. The
Fan-
camera quality was very poor. The camera quality is very poor. There were no angles. Did you feel like the third umpire will uphold the decision? What did you feel? Such big crowd, such big noise.
Honestly, I'll talk to you through that hat trick. You know how it happened. First ball, Ricky Ponting got out, and then second ball, Gilchrist uh, got out, and then third ball, when I was looking to bowl, I asked Saurav what to bowl. He said, "What do you think? What are you gonna bowl?" I said, "I'll just bowl, the Yorker kind of a ball." He looked to pad. No, those days there were no DRS.
DRS.
You can play with your pads a lot. A lot of the guys used to use their pads, and you appeal, and umpire says no. So I thought I'll just bowl in the stumps, fuller ball, and if he look to do, not to use the bat, maybe I'll get him out LBW. But he played that flick, and Sadagopan Ramesh, or another Anna from Chennai, normally he used to sleep in the field most of the time, and used to wake him up. But that's probably the only time he was awake to take that catch. And and this hat trick, as much as this is my hat trick, this is his hat trick, because of him I got that hat trick. That ball wasn't the greatest of the ball to take the wicket, but I think a few things are destined, and that hat trick was to happen for me, and Ramesh was to take a catch. The most sleepy guy on the field would take that kind of a catch. It was unbelievable. And
I'll meet in the next.
the kind of celebration, you must see the video again. Rahul Dravid and Ramesh, they did. As if Rahul Dravid took a hat trick. So it was like, everybody was so happy because we were just getting trashed. And they were playing so beautifully, and then suddenly we were making a comeback in the game. Then everybody was really involved. You should see Rahul Dravid's emotions. How he hugged Ramesh, and how they celebrated that wicket.
No, but tell me something. This whole when things were panning out like this, when Rahul Bhai and Lakshman were batting, did it come across your head that you will go on to win the test match, or you were just watching the test match like you were going through something?
Well, we were just watching the game, and the moment we were talking about it, and somebody will come. I will not name who that somebody. They'll say, "Shut up, just sit where you are, and keep watching the game, and let's see what happens." And then I remember me, Ashish Nehra, and I think Zahir Khan. We were sitting inside. The rest of the guys were sitting outside watching the game, and I remember Saurav, before Lakshman he got out, or before Rahul, I think he got out, and he came out and he sat without his t-shirt. He took his t-shirt off and he took the towel and he went out. And next day also he was sitting just with the towel. So imagine everybody was wherever they were sitting there, and that was the kind of mood in the dressing room that we were like so much engrossed with their batting, what they are doing, and we were not really thinking about the result, what will happen. But as the game goes on, we were on the fifth day, and we got the lead. Now we had runs on the board. There was a lot of drama in the morning. John Wright was like, "When do we actually,
Declare.
declare now?" And Saurav was like, "Let's get another 30." And then after getting 30, then he would come back. When? And he will say, "What do you think?" Then somebody will say, "Okay, let's get another 20, maybe 25."
20, yeah.
Because this Australian team, they would go all out to win the game. And the kind of batting lineup they had, we thought that we might get, they might get it. So we were not really sure. But once we decided, everybody was thinking it's a bit too late. All the commentators we were hearing, it's a bit too late probably to get Australian team out in 2.5 sessions. And but we were sure that from here onwards we will not lose the game from here, and we'll just go out there and give our best. And that was the mood. And till tea, we all thought it's gonna be a draw. But
No, but there is one thing that really sticks in my head. Even now, I go back to YouTube and see this game again and again for this one incident. In that times, I did not understand the LBW rule completely. Okay, so like you said, if you put the feet forward and the front foot, if it hits your pad, even if you're deliberately leaving the ball, they would not give it out. They'd say front
yeah,
foot and
most
not
of the
give it out.
time they were like not out. Ball would spin, ball would not hit the stump, whatever. They might come with something. But some of the umpires, they were very strict. They would give.
No, but what happened was the last wicket, when you bowled that ball and Glenn McGrath would pad it up. I think it was umpire Bansal, right? He lifted his finger.
Yeah, it was
So
Bansal sir. And yeah,
after
what were
he
you saying?
lifted his finger, Glenn McGrath was just rooted there as if to show that it was not out. Okay, like to say I have been undone. But if you keep looking at it now, it is very clear that the ball would have gone and hit the base of middle stump.
Well,
Because the ball was straight in line.
it was straight in line. It was a ball was going to spin as well, and and I think if I see that now, I think with DRS it would have hit the stump for sure.
Correct. It would have crashed into the stumps.
Yeah, but that's McGrath for you. They Australians, they are obviously they produce a lot of the greats, and they are great players, but they are very bad losers when it comes to losing a match from that situation where they were. It must have given them a hard time to come out of
Bajubhai,
it.
I'm glad you brought that up, because what happened in those times was we never had neutral umpires. We always used to have maybe one neutral umpire and one local umpire. It was not as if whenever India toured New Zealand, Australia, or England, or anywhere, that we didn't get bad decisions. It was a common thing that you did get bad decisions, and that's how it was around the world. So to actually make a big cry out of it wasn't in the right spirit in my books.
Well, that's Australian for you. When they bowl, they feel everything is out, and when they are facing it, and then they feel they're not out. So they were not really happy about most of the decisions what they got, and but this is how the game goes. And we may talk about 2008, that Sydney Test, where a lot of
Yeah,
things gone, not in
against
our
us. Yeah.
favor. Yeah, not in our favor, but most of the things gone in Australia's favor. So a lot of people talk about that Test match as well. So these things happen
These things
in the
happen.
field. Yeah, in the field, we have to accept as a player, but we don't need to keep on crying about it. I still feel there are some people, even on Twitter, they say, "Oh, Gilchrist was not out. So what? He was not out. How many times
It's
I got
done.
him out? How many
Correct.
times I have got him out? If not the first ball, I could have got him out on second ball. Yeah."
Correct. True. And I mean, you don't have cameras where even LBWs were shown in proper way, and sometimes front foot dismissals weren't given. So these are part and parcel of the game. But just moving ahead, Bajuba, to the Chepauk test. Now
Yeah.
India had lost a test match, but won a Calcutta test match, which was like an unbelievable win. Confidence high. Maybe out of 10, India was 12, and Australia had gone down to 7 because of the way in which we won that game. I remember big crackers, big celebration all around the country, not only in Calcutta after that particular test. What was the mood like when you guys came to Chennai? How was the Indian camp and how was the Aussie camp?
Well, I don't know how the Aussie camp, but one thing was sure, in our group, that we were very confident. If you win a game like that, uh, you feel that you can win from any situation. And till the last ball is bowled, you can't decide whether this is going to happen or not. So you have to keep fighting to get the right result. And that game gave us so much of confidence, each and every one, that we can beat this Australian team. They are beatable. And if we can beat them like this, I'm sure if we play a little bit better cricket than what we have played in last two test matches, we can definitely beat them. And that was the mood. That was the kind of spirit we all had. And not just within the team, but the whole India was suddenly believing that Indian team can beat Australian team. Because this Australian team was a very, very good team. They all had a lot of match winners in their
Match
team,
miss.
So coming to Chepauk was, of course, one of those things that you go there, that it's going to be hot, it's going to be difficult for you to bowl long spells as a bowler. But this is what I was preparing for me to bowl 35 overs a day. How I will cope up with that kind of a heat. And yeah, it was a great test match in Chepauk. I remember, we lost the toss there again. I think we
Yeah.
lost the toss and they batted well. Then suddenly Steve Waugh,
I think Matthew Hayden made a double hundred in that innings, no? First
yeah,
innings.
yeah. First inning he got double hundred, and then second inning also he got some runs. He was the last one I think to get out. Maybe.
I'm not sure. Second innings. I think you set up a trap in deep mid wicket and caught him or something, where he went for it. I think Zach caught the catch. I'm not too
I
sure, but I could.
No, that was in 2004 series.
Okay,
Zach
okay,
took a
might
catch
have
in
been.
Bangalore, but second inning I don't remember how he got out. But first inning he played a beautiful inning, 200. He was batting on different wickets and on a you know big guy. And I've never till the time um I saw him in Mumbai. He wasn't looking comfortable. The ball was spinning. It was like
Getting
bouncing.
beaten.
He was getting beaten, but he didn't get out. But suddenly, when Gilchrist came, he started hitting those sweep shots. And then
Sweeps.
Matthew Hayden felt that okay, if he's hitting, then Matthew Hayden started hitting those sweeps. Then we didn't have any answer. I didn't have any answer to it. And Shiv Sundar Das, Bichara, the guy who was sitting at short leg, he was just playing, boss, मुझे
But
छोड़ दो यार.
what an unbelievable close in fielder, huh? SS Das was
Unbelievable, very quick.
unbelievable.
छोटू सा था ना तो घुस जाता था कहीं भी कैच पकड़ लेता
हाँ.
था.
इनफैक्ट
So
वो
then,
एक्चुअली अच्छा बैटिंग भी किया था वो टेस्ट मैच में. मुझे याद है अभी भी कुछ 60 या 80 कुछ बनाया और पूरा स्लॉप स्वीप मार रहा था. शेन वॉन और कॉलिन मिलर था ना वो ऑफ स्पिनर.
yeah, Colin
उसको
Miller.
मार रहा था. प्रॉपर प्रॉपर तड़ी दे रहा था. वेरी गुड प्लेयर ऑफ स्पिन एंड वेरी इन दैट सीरीज. अब अगर आप देखें तो वो सीरीज में सब लोग ने परफॉर्म किया है. लक्ष्मण भाई, राहुल भाई, सचिन पाजी, Dada also made those 40s, 50s,
Yeah,
and you had Ramesh getting 50s, and you had Shiv Sundar Das making runs. You got wickets, and still that was such a close series. That's how good the Aussie team was.
yeah. They were brilliant team. There's no doubt. And as you said, you can't win a series just with one or two guys. You have to have other guys also to be performing in the series, and that's exactly was the case. Lakshman performed, Rahul, Paji, then all the batters, they scored runs and they chipped in with a small little contribution so that we
Contributions, yeah.
can, yeah, we can get to the stage where we can actually go on to win the test match. So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Bajupa. Go on. I can hear you.
Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that test match, I remember in Chepauk that Matthew Hayden got 200. Then Steve Waugh was the one who should be the culprit. I feel he
Handling the
wo-
ball, no?
handling the ball. He got out, and I didn't know. I bowled a ball, and suddenly I was appealing for the leg before, and umpire shook his head and said, "No, not out." And I was just like this, and suddenly Rahul Dravid comes in, out. I said, "Hey, how come?" So then they said handling the ball, and I didn't know what is handling the ball meant.
No,
I said,
actually, you go back and see that video. I clearly remember as soon as Steve Waugh did that handling the ball, no, Rahul Bhai will appeal with so much of intensity. Like he'll
yeah,
appeal. And after he get the wicket, he'll do all the fist pumps and all that. It'll be like when you watch it, you'll know that other people are lost. And only
yeah.
Rahul Bhai
I
will
was
understand.
wondering what happened, or, and I didn't know what was handling the ball, to be honest, and what
Yeah.
that rule was. And suddenly, you remove Steve Waugh, and then you know that open a gate for you. Then there was an opportunity for you to get couple of wicket and come back into the game. And yeah, from there onwards, Ricky Ponting came, and then he got out on the first ball, and then all the batters they couldn't play me as well as Matthew Hayden was playing. So though they scored a lot of runs, but I think we played better in Chennai than in Calcutta,
Yeah.
and we competed well in the first inning. And second inning, obviously we got them under control. We got them out early, and I was a not a massive total to chase,
Yes.
150 odd, I think.
130, 140 odd, no?
130, 140. I thought, okay, now we should be able to, chase this and we'll win the series. But I never knew that I have to go out and bat and to hit those 2 runs to win the series. And I was so nervous, and all I was just praying that I should not go for bat. I should not go to bat. Please, guys, finish the game. I should not go there.
No, just last couple of questions when we wind up. That catch of Mark Waugh where he took Lakshman at short mid wicket. Do you remember the catch which
Yeah, yeah,
turned the game around?
yeah. Yeah,
And
Lakshman was batting really well.
yes, he was batting on 50, 60 odd. And
Yeah.
I think that turned the game around. And Mark Waugh, like he'll take a blinder one-handed if I'm not wrong. But
Yeah.
do you remember this other incidents, Bajupa, between yourself and Sairaj Bahutule? Where because that is. I thought you might not remember, but what
I
I was
dropped a
watching
catch. I remember I
Correct.
dropping a catch
Correct.
of Matthew Hayden on Sairaj Bahutule's bowling,
Correct.
and I was really disappointed that.
No, what will happen? My father and I will be at the ground, and I think
Okay.
you
Oh,
will
you
go
were
to
there in the
Jason
ground.
Gillespie. Sorry,
You saw that game in the ground.
I've never missed a test match in Chennai. Either I played or watched.
Wow.
So he will. I think off your bowling, I think Gillespie will slog one straight up, and
Yeah.
Bahutule will take the catch.
No,
So
I
you
think it
will
was
go.
Colin Miller. I think Miller slogged up in the air,
Maybe
and
the
yeah.
batsman I'm wrong, but Bahutule
Hmm.
will take the catch and you will go to him and you will like tap him and say kind of sorry and all that. So
Yeah,
my father
yeah.
will immediately see that's the sportsman spirit, he takes the catch, he dropped it off his bowling, but they've got along well. That's how you should be and sort of thing. I mean, very into your head.
I was kind of disappointed. Yeah, I was
You're
kind of
observing those things.
disappointed. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed to
Understandable.
drop the catch, and Sairaj was obviously working really hard from the other end, and he was not getting as much success as I was getting in terms of wickets. But you can't just say that I took the wicket and I've done well. But I think it was Siraj and other bowlers also. They put a lot of pressure on the batsmen so that they can go after me, and I was the one to take those wickets. But I think it was a team game. Siraj bowled well, Nilesh bowled well, and Zach, whatever little he bowled, he bowled well. I think it was a complete test match where everyone chipped in with their performances. Sometimes small little performances you don't see it.
Forget.
Someone take a brilliant catch. Someone like Mark Waugh you were talking about. If Australia was going to win that test match, that could have been the key point.
The turning point.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
turning point. And sometimes you save a boundary for your team. Those could be those 2 runs. The difference in the end. So I was disappointed, but at the same time, Sairaj told me, "Nahi, nahi, koi baat nahi, chalo, chodo." And he was my room partner, and he didn't mention that even in the later part. When we came to the room, Sairaj was really happy that we won the match. So, but the only thing I was scared of, Ashwin, I didn't want to bat in that game. Yeah, the match. So I was just praying, God, please, कोई तो जाए और run बना दे बस. I should not
I
go and bat.
I totally understand, especially when you're batting at the lower order. It's very, very difficult, especially closing out games. But Bajuba, before, I mean, listening
And
to
those days
you,
I didn't bat. and I used to be scared from the ball. And
No, but I remember
fa-
you making a 50 against West Indies a little later at Chepa.
yeah,
You
because
kept
that
pulling the.
yeah, I was saving myself. I was swinging hard, and it was connecting everything. It was one of those my good days. I didn't took my batting seriously those days, and those were very early days. And then only after like 2002 or three, then I thought that okay, I might you know be able to contribute even with the bat as well. So let's take it a little serious.
Okay, Bajuba, it is wonderful listening to you on the series. It's one of those series where it turned my life upside down. Okay, it is very hard to tell what sort of an impact it left on people like me. But listening to you on that has been surreal. It's a great experience, but I'm not letting you go that fast. Okay, you have been on rocking mode, especially on Twitter during the IPL days when you're playing for CSK.
Ah,
Okay, so they call you with a name called Tirubhajan Singh. Do you
ah,
know what that signifies?
Tirubhajan Singh, no.
Tirubhajan Singh means there is a
Tirukul,
poet,
Tirukul, I
Tiruvalluvar,
know.
correct.
Tiruvalluvar, I
So
know.
because you put some of his quotes and you also put his, it's called Kural, Tirukural's Kural. Okay, I mean
Okay,
Tiruvalluvar's Kural.
yeah. I've done one of the series as well where I'm giving a lot of the gyan on.
Correct, correct. So they nicknamed you as Tirubhajan Singh. Tiruvalluvar
Tirubhajan
plus
Singh.
Harbhajan equal to Tirubhajan Singh. Okay.
Tirubhajan.
So a lot of the audience would like to listen one of those Kurals from you. Do you want to give it a go?
Well, you should have told me. I could have come prepared, man. I actually don't know how to say it because Tamil is a very difficult language,
Very different.
and for me to get it right, it's even more difficult because I come from North. So I need more practice. Next time,
Bajuba,
whenever
very
you need
simple.
me,
No, when you go to school, they say prayers and we repeat it. I will tell you and you repeat it.
okay, done. Then
Okay?
it's fine. Yeah.
It will be tough, but I will break it down.
Okay.
அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம்
Agada mud,
அகர முதல
agara mudla
எழுத்தெல்லாம்
yertelam
எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன்
adi bhagavan
முதற்றே உலகு
mudatre olag.
உலகு. That's all. That's awesome, Bajupa. Great spirit. Anything that you want to give me as a riddle in Punjabi?
Punjabi, you should know, man. You were in Punjab for a couple of years. You should
Yeah,
talk
see,
to me in Punjabi next 5 minutes.
I talk to you. No, what I will do is I will definitely put an effort to learn the language. Bajupa,
Hanji,
ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਹੈ? ਤੁਸੀਂ great
ਕਿੱਦਾਂ?
ਹੋ? All that I know.
मैं ठीक हाँ, तुसी ठीक हो?
Okay.
कितना
थोड़ा
चल
वो
रहा है?
करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा गाना पड़ेगा एंड में.
ओ कितना
थोड़ा
चल
गाना
रहा?
गाना चाहिए एंड में, हर
हाँ.
वर्ड के एंड में.
हाँ, या गाना या फिर
So So, Bajuba, give me a phrase that I can tell you. How do I ask something? I mean, give me a phrase and we'll close
okay.
it.
Okay, if you go in the market, you see you see couple of beautiful girls, which you normally see in Chandigarh. There are a lot of beautiful girls in Chandigarh. I'm sure your wife is
I give
watching.
it to you.
And
No, she.
ऐसे, just for masti. We are good boys. So you go to them. You say, ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸੋਹਣਿਓ, ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਗੋਭੀ ਦਾ ਫੁੱਲ ਬਣ ਕੇ.
थोड़ा ब्रेक डाउन करके बोलो.
हाँ, ओके. सत श्री अकाल सोनियो,
सत श्री अकाल सोनियो,
किथे चले हो,
किथे चले हो,
गोभी दा फुल बन के, गोभी दा फुल बन के,
गोभी दा फुल बन के.
No, there's another thing you can say maybe. पाजी उरे आओ मेरी गल सुनो,
पाजी उरे आओ मेरी गल सुनो,
पाजी उरे आओ,
पाजी उरे आओ
मेरी गल सुनो,
मेरी गल सुनियो,
मैं तानू एक जप्फी देनी है.
मैं तानू की जप्पी देनी है. जप्पी मींस किस, करेक्ट?
नहीं, kiss is a different, man. Kiss is a kiss. Puppy.
Okay.
That is puppy.
Okay. जप्पी मतलब?
Jappi is hug.
Oh, okay. Right. Fine.
So whoever you want to say, then if you want to hug someone, मैं तो एक
जप्पी
जप्पी दे
देनी
दूँ.
हो.
हाँ. वैसे normally we Punjabi we hug each other. You must have noticed कि
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
मिलो तो then you meet with hug only. So
Yeah,
that's our
correct. Sat
this
Sri Akal,
thing.
yes. I say this, Sat Sri Akal to everyone.
Sat Sri Akal is like, and you can say Veer. कितना वीर है?
Kita Vire, that I've heard, yes.
Veera is brother.
If you talk
Paji.
slowly, I will understand all those small phrases, but we talk very fast, like Tamil only, they also talk in Punjabi.
Yeah, but Tamil is more difficult than learning Punjabi. Punjabi is
Because bit like
yeah,
Hindi.
yeah. Tamil is very. I find it very difficult because it's a lot of tongue twisters are there. A lot of time, you feel the some of the words I know that வீட்ல எல்லாம் இப்படி இருக்குங்க.
வீட்ல எல்லாம் எப்படி இருக்காங்க means how's everyone at home?
How's everyone at home? நல்லா இருக்கா?
Okay, you want me to answer that?
Yeah. நல்லா இருக்கா?
In Punjabi?
You can say in Punjabi.
The one thing that I can say is Siyappa. That's something I can say.
You can say Chumma Adurudula. Chumma Adurudula.
Chumma Adurudula. That's a Rajinikanth dialogue. So that'll settle.
Simply stunning, huh? Okay, do something what Rajinikanth does, man.
Do what
say
Rajinikanth does.
Yeah, say dialogue of Rajinikanth.
Say hello of Rajinikanth. So okay, I'll say one dialogue which is easier. நான் ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா நான் ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா 100 தடவை சொன்ன மாதிரி इसका मतलब है मैं एक बार बताऊं वो 100 बार की
100 बार है ये even I said that dialogue in one of the event they told me to say this so I said that. Do you watch any Punjabi movies?
No, but any recommendations? There's a lot of time on my hand now. Any recommendations?
You can watch Sardarji.
Sardarji, okay.
Yeah.
Who's acting in it?
Diljit Dosanjh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw correct. I think I saw Dinesh and him having a conversation on Instagram.
Yeah. Dinesh Karthik is also watching Punjabi movies.
I don't know if he is. I'll ask him. He'll come on the show sometime. I'll ask him.
So you're recording with everyone, right?
Yeah, slowly. I'm doing every week. But Bajupa, before you go, I want to ask you something. What do you think? How positive are you about life after this COVID?
Well, Ashwin, I think this has happened because God wanted us to learn few things in life. We were taking a lot of things for granted. In terms of whatever we did. I used to travel whenever I wanted to travel. We didn't spend enough time at home, and we were all running behind making money, and we were a bit too greedy in our own ways. And I think God have given us this opportunity to see yourself where you stand and what are more important things to do in life rather than just running around and making money. And the kind of money I've made, I might not be able to spend for the rest of my life.
Correct.
So we don't need that much of money to live. We only need a little much of money, but all we need is love, care for others, and that's exactly what I've learned from this. And after whenever this will get over, I've made some plans that I'll go back to Punjab and I'll buy a lot of the land wherever I can, and I'll start growing a lot of these sabjis, wheat, and all these. I'll become farmer.
You want to get back? You want to get into farming?
Yeah, and distribute food from there without charging any money from anyone. Food will go to the temples, to the needy people, and that's what will give me lot of satisfaction rather than just running around making money. That's not the only thing we are here for. I think helping each other, it's going to be the key going forward. And I've learned, being simple and receiving love from your family is the most important thing.
Great that you said that, Bajuba, because a lot of people are donating now. But what is going to be important is when everything is done, people will not have jobs. There will be people who will not have money to have food. They might not get food. Even now, it's the case. So it's such a laudable thing that you're doing, and I will definitely get down there myself. I've made plans as well about how to employ these people, how to create job opportunities, how to feed them, because there is going to be some unbelievable stories that are going to come out of it. And hopefully, we, like you said, we are in a much better space where we can contribute towards them. It is amazing that you spoke from your heart, Bajuba. This has been one of the better conversations I've had on this series. Thank you so much.
Well, sorry about my language. English is not my first language, so I must have made many mistakes. So next time, I'll try and improve, or maybe we can talk in Hindi, so we can talk better.
I'm very happy to talk in Hindi because people will have a great time. They can make fun of me. I'm very happy. So
Sure,
it's
next.
a great thing, Bajuba. So entertaining people and keeping them smiling is the most important thing. Thank you so much, Ami. I think Ami Virk is messaging saying you guys have been great. Thank you so much, and see you, Bajuba. Have a good time. Regards to your
Thank,
family. Thank you so
thank
much.
you, Ashwin, and you take care, and give my love to the kids and regards to the family, and please look after yourself. And India need you for many years to come, and you need
Thank you.
to look after yourself to break many records going forward. I wish you all the very
Thank you.
best. And a lot of people think that I am jealous, I'm this, I'm that. All those people can, can think whatever they want to think. All I want to say that you're the best off spinner who's presently playing the game, and of course I like Nathan Lyon as well. Don't get me wrong. I always put him up there because he plays in Australia and it's a very tough
Yeah.
place to bowl. You know that you've been there, so you're one of those actually legends in the making who are playing the game and making the country proud. I wish you all the very best, and I wish you lots and lots of wickets going forward. And
Thank you, Bajuba.
and all the best. Take care of your family. That's most important thing.
Jappi Denyo, Bajuba. Thank you so much.
एक जप्पी एक पप्पी.
See you, Bajuba. Have a good
Take
time.
care.
Take care.
Take care,
Bye.
brother. Take care.
Bye.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.